What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and break down why I'm insanely bullish for the long-term future. I'm also going to use a Wyckoff accumulation schematic and show you what may end up playing out for the future based off what this is showing and based off what all these numbers are essentially suggesting. Now, before I break any of this down, before I get into any more details, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, but benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed 6 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And you could always sell these 6 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some NIO shares for free in this limited time offer that ends in just 2 weeks. So please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at NIO, I did actually make this chart that essentially shows their growth production capabilities. And I do want to kind of estimate on the lower end of things. Now, NIO has mentioned that they could easily double their production within a year, but I want to talk about what I see this really suggesting. So based off their amount of cars sold solely, I'm not talking about other factors, I could see this thing catching up to Tesla by 2025, 2026, maybe even sooner. But by 2025, they can reach where Tesla is right now. That's just 3 years from now. And the thing is, Tesla would be worth 600 billion, I'm sorry, 700 billion in market cap, right? For NIO to reach 700 billion in market cap, it would have to be worth about I think like $400 a share. Obviously, Tesla's way bigger, but what I'm trying to tell you is NIO is kind of a reflection of Tesla, and buying into NIO, in my opinion, is kind of like buying into Tesla at an early phase. They're very similar. The only issue that I see with NIO is the fact that there is a risk, and the risk is the fact that it is in China, and there have been delisting fears that it's a real thing. They have helped people address these fears by simply letting them be listed on the Hong Kong exchanges, the Singapore exchange. So to me, one of the things about NIO that's huge is this company is resilient. It's not going to quit. So I don't see that as a major concern as of right now. I do think they're going to do what they can to stay on the US exchanges. And I really believe in this company. So what I'm essentially estimating is based off these projections, I am seeing growth into hundreds of dollars a share over the next few years. I wouldn't be surprised if by 2024, which is less than 2 years from now, this thing is worth over $100 a share. It's very possible. And I do believe it's going to be worth hundreds as years go on. Now, when it comes to NIO, though, if we actually go back before we get to like 100, 200, 300, 400, we have to go over what's happening right now because NIO is currently in the $13 range, $12 range. I understand it's not in the best of states. The share price is, I'm sorry, it's not at 13. I think I said that wrong. 15. It's around the $15 range. But what I'm trying to say is NIO, obviously, it's not in the best of states as of right now, right? It's pretty low compared to where it was in the 20s, but I see some temporary relief coming for the short term from a Wyckoff perspective. So what I am essentially trying to say is, let me actually switch over to my cursor. We had the preliminary support right here from a Wyckoff perspective, right? And then we had this selling climax, automatic reaction, a sell test that brought us a little bit lower, followed by a bit of a push up, and another major sell test in phase B. So I don't necessarily see this as the spring because unless NIO pushes up to 40 in the next few weeks, this would actually be the spring, but I don't see that. So what I believe is going to happen is where we just came into this phase right here, the sell test in phase B. So let me show you. Right now, NIO is right here. See where my cursor is? We're right here, which means we're going to have a temporary relief rally. There's going to be a little bit more downside, and then we're going to push up really hard. I want to clarify this for as many of you possible. And what I think is going to happen is, so from right here, we saw that sell test in phase B. I think NIO is going to start pushing up for just a few weeks, kind of like this, and perhaps near the end of June and sometime in June, NIO will be back in that the low $20 range. I really believe we could actually hit like 22, low 20s, and then we're going to get rejected by the time we get around July, and and we're slowly going to see some drop because of the Fed, other factors like that. Maybe the Fed meeting is going to be the catalyst, and slowly NIO is going to hit those lower levels, believe it or not. NIO is probably going to push a little bit lower, and there's going to be a very good dip buying opportunity in the upcoming months, in my opinion. And NIO could end up dropping to that 9, maybe as low as $8 range. But do not hesitate. Do not be afraid, because it's a very good buying opportunity. Because after that, once we reach that spring phase, once we get the bounce, I expect NIO to start pushing up even harder than before when the market starts to recover towards the end of this year, in my opinion. And once we reach perhaps around November, December, things may look a little shaky. NIO could kind of like hit the SOS phase, but by next year, 2023, when it comes, I think NIO is going to be in the 20s and it's going to get pushed really hard. And I think there's going to be a nice bull rally that's going to push this thing to the moon. Now, what could happen is we push up into the 40s, then we start dropping after NIO Day, trade a little sideways for some time, but then we're going to show a lot of strength for the future. And in 2023, I could see this thing holding these higher levels. Now, I actually want to kind of zoom out from there. Hold on one second. I want to show you my targets. Next year, I have a target of $75 for NIO, maybe even higher. And for the year after, I could easily see this thing breaking past 100. So what I would anticipate is for years to come, this thing might just continue to grow, and eventually we'll hit that 75 range near the end of the year, right? Kind of like that. We could drop and slowly see this thing push, push, push to those higher levels, the 100 plus range. Okay. But I'm not going to go too far about this whole projections. I just want to let you know that there's a lot of growth coming up, in my opinion. And if you might think I'm crazy, okay, let's go back a little bit. Look at how NIO actually grew over the last few years. We've seen what this thing could do. It has that potential to not just squeeze, but run to the moon. So look at this as an opportunity to buy these dips. Look at this as a good chance, because when we go back right here, I'm showing you the growth projections in their production and so on and so forth. And let's just say I'm half right. Even if this thing, let's just say by like 2026, hypothetically, let's just say this thing only goes to about $125. Let's just say I'm wrong, okay? 125 is a killer deal. In 3 years, we're about 3.5 years away from 2026, because we're almost halfway done with 2022. 3.5 years, 2026 comes, NIO's at 125. Very possible. Think about it this way. You could buy this thing at $10, $15. You could 10x your money in just 2.5 to 3.5 years at the very least. I mean, that's a very good move in my opinion. And that's at the very least. I mean, I think we're going to break past $100 quite easily, considering we were in the 60s not too long ago, less than 2 years ago. So, I mean, I think we're going to break it by 2024. But hey, predictions can be a little bit off. I just want to put it out there that I see immense growth for NIO as they improve their production capabilities, as they grow fundamentally. And this is just a very good dip buying opportunity that we are seeing. I believe as years go on, as years proceed, we're going to look back at this time and people are going to I wish I bought at these low levels. Well, look at what NIO did before. This thing was in the $1 range. It was a penny stock and it pushed all the way up to $60. That was almost like a squeeze. You see what I'm saying? This thing has growth potential. This thing could go to the 60s. And I do believe we're going to do that again. These small to mid caps, yeah, they've been hammered. Many of them have been hammered for almost a year. But I believe the growth will come back and we have a chance to buy this thing at these low levels. Now, yes, there's risk because it is based in China, but when there's high risk, there's high reward, and you shouldn't just go all in on one company. So I'm still incredibly bullish. I think the share price is going to soar as years go on. I can't wait for what the future holds. I want to thank you all for listening. Stay strong and look at this as an opportunity, because the opportunity to buy these dips is coming, and I can't wait for what this company shows us. I'm bullish because their production is improving. Fundamentals are getting better. They're growing and growing and growing. They're expanding all over the world. They're improving their technology. Battery swap stations keep growing. It's amazing. It's amazing what type of things they're doing. The world they are creating, the environments they're fighting for, it's incredible. The company is resilient. I believe in it with all my heart. And I believe this thing will soar and good opportunities are here. With that said, thank you for listening. Have a great, great, great rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.